I am Elias, and I believe students should have freedom of speech. Students should have their own right to express their opinions and say whatever they want to say. By saying whatever they want to say doesn't mean harmful words or racism should be involved. Students can express their own opinions. A principal at a school got 2 students suspended. The articles that the students wrote were expressing their own opinion towards something, and the principal of this school got the students suspended. Students should have their own ability to make a article of their own expressing their feelings or their opinions on something without being in trouble for it. In conclusion, students should be able to say their own opinions as long as it doesn't hurt others in any way.
Need a voice. Students should have the right to speaking truth to the power. Students also should have others represent them as they have the right to the First Amendment freedom of speech. Because students aren't heard unless facing the Supreme Court head-on, we believe that students should also have more of an open voice. For example, according to Tinker v. Desmonas, ACLU, Mary Beth Tinker, a girl in junior high school, was protesting for the Vietnam War with a group of several others of people wearing black armbands. She was suspended along with 4 others and were asked to not come back until the armbands were removed. This was taken to court soon after and became a right to students.
I am Clarice, and I think that students shouldn't be restrained from using social media to express their opinions. Students could have such a potentially huge and great impact when they protest or give speeches. Now, due to the internet and social media, they could easily reach and share it with even more people than ever before. They can share their thoughts, opinions, or even spread awareness for whatever they want. So schools shouldn't restrain students from this. For example, by suspending them or taking their videos down. An article about this Tennessee high schooler who dealt with this exact thing shows that this actually happens sometimes. Lebanon, Tennessee, an anti-bullying video on YouTube had nearly 600,000 views, but the video's creator, a Tennessee high school student, has been suspended for it. Also, later on, Emily Gibson, the creator of the video, explained that the school administrators accused her of, quote-unquote, trying to incite violence. Then they gave her a 2-day in-school suspension for the video. If the schools keep doing this, students who want to express themselves wouldn't want to anymore. Our society could be so much better if we could just freely say whatever we want without having to worry about being judged or punished by the school system.
I am Hale, and I think student free speech should be more open. I believe that all students deserve a chance to speak up about their beliefs, so long as it does not result in violence or harm to another student. When students are in the age of development, it is important we learn to speak our opinions and not have the influence of the school system and teachers' views shoved down our throats. It's very important we have a chance to think for ourselves and voice it. That way, no singular thought will be influencing our lives. In an article made by Leah Schaefer, Brian Measles said that listening to young people doesn't mean unilaterally considering their perspective. Instead, it means recognizing that young people have a perspective on the world that adults can share, and that their perspective should be welcomed alongside the wisdom that adult perspectives bring. This quote shows that most of the people who teach us on a daily basis are much older than the students, so growing up in a different time environment will clearly influence the way a person thinks. So obviously, the views of a teacher and student will be different, not only because the student has different life experiences as the teacher, but because they are 2 different types of people. A teacher, a mentor, should encourage a student to think their own ideas and allow the student to explain their side of an argument. However, a teacher should also be allowed to input words of wisdom. It all comes down to balance. A student needs to be capable of thinking through their own ideas and thoughts while also allowing the ideas of others to exist. That way, everyone can speak their minds, but never shut another person's views down.